before we begin this episode, this is coming from us after we've recorded, and we have realized
it is way longer than we expected.
We've recapped every episode, and it sounds boring. We promise we made it interesting because we talked about
our point of view, what we thought of the episode, and then at the end we talked about little Easter eggs, but we talked about Easter eggs along the way.
So if you're like, really, guys, like, you can listen to it. We still talked about good stuff.
Spoiler warning. I say this later, but
but also, if you guys are more interested in our theories, that is towards the very end. We don't start discussing our heavy theories. Well, we discuss our theories, but our most heaviest theories that we had are at the very end of the episode. So just keep that in mind when you're listening. Don't be like, oh my gosh, guys, are you ever going to talk about your theories? Because we do, just at the very end. So we're just going to clean up now, and so you guys may enjoy that. Hey guys, it's Macey.
And Ashlee. Sorry.
And you're listening... Wait, you're listening to the Geeky Gals.
That's not how we start, but okay.
So,
welcome, guys. And today, we are going to be doing a WandaVision episode. So, spoilers ahead, a spoiler
for all the episodes.
All of them.
Since the finale just came out. Sorry.
We're going to be going through every episode and going through what we thought was going to happen when we watched that episode and how we got wrong or right. And just a breakdown of what happened and what we thought was cool and stuff.
I feel like, okay, maybe I don't know. We were going to do an episode after each episode. Wait, we were going to do like a podcast episode after each WandaVision episode talking about it, but we felt like that'd be a little too much. So we just decided on doing a whole entire WandaVision episode like after all the episodes are released.
But I do wish we did an episode because so we are going to do that with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that's coming out in 2 weeks.
So we will we haven't decided what day we'll release, like
maybe Saturday
morning or night.
Yeah.
That means we'd be doing, we're like setting up our whole schedule. That means we would be doing, if we did Saturday night, we would be doing an episode like 2 nights in a row. So
if you guys like the podcast, I don't think they'd mind. And if they don't like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, then they just ignore it completely.
I'm excited for it, so I don't know. Should we do it?
I was hesitant at first, but it looks really good.
Should we do it though?
I think we should. I think it'd be fun. Okay. And I don't care about the fans. I just care about what we think.
I know. I'm just worried about like doing it too much.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. And yeah. They're like, why don't you do just Friday night? Because I have a bedtime.
No, it's because that's when we watch the episode. We're not gonna literally go like after watch it and be like, hey guys,
sorry, but I'm not new rock star.
So awkward. Okay. They're like, who's that?
Okay. I kind of forgot what happens in some of the episodes.
I remember all of it. If you can't tell, I'm really tired, but that's okay. We'll push through.
We're like, no, I can't tell at all.
WandaVision was a big roller coaster, so I cannot wait to talk about all of it. So yeah, like we said, spoilers. Like, you need to click on it now if you have not seen the finale, or
right now.
Yeah, and go watch. If you haven't even seen WandaVision at all, and you're just like, I'll click it just to support them. Like, no, you need to go watch it, and then you can listen to this.
You don't need to support us if you.
They're like, I never was. I just don't care. Also, I was telling Ashlee this, but the sound quality. I've been listening to our episodes, and it's been decreasing, and I have no idea why. Why? Like, I'm sorry if the quality is so bad.
Macy, you just have a question.
We are working on getting a better mic, I promise. But
look, so they made a lid and they made a straw and they made sure to put the cap on the straw, but they had a hole in the freaking lid.
Okay, they don't care what you're talking about. They don't even know what you're talking about.
I have this cup, and so they have a lid, then they have a straw. Oh. Can you stop messing with stuff? Oh my gosh. And then on the straw they have a little cap. So make sure it doesn't water anything come out. And then they have a tiny freaking hole on the lid. So it doesn't even matter if you have a cap on the straw. Like, it defeats the whole purpose.
Okay. So let's move into our high and lows. What's your low? You need to speak up so there's no awkward silence.
Sorry. Going to the dentist.
Oh yeah, Ashley, go to the dentist.
I have to get braces and 3 teeth pulled.
Yay.
Fun stuff.
Milo is yesterday. Okay, not gonna lie. So our family is planting a garden, and the only good part of yesterday was like planting the stuff.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then the rest of it, the rest of the day we just worked, and my body is so tired.
It wasn't bad work. Like, it wasn't like, like grueling, like yard work.
It was just exhausting, and I hated it.
Macy's like, so would you rather do yard work, like pulling weeds, or doing that? I'm like, doing that? Because that sure was exhausting, but it was kind of fun.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then yard work just like,
it just took the whole day, and I'm so tired.
Should we get a fake grass? Actually, no, I don't.
Your turn. For hi.
Hi.
Keep yawning.
I get to phone a gab phone,
but like lame-o.
No. I'm happy that I actually get something. I've been wanting one for a while.
Yeah.
I want a pop socket, but Macy says pop sockets are for geeks, and I'm a geeky gal. So
I did not say that.
Yes, you are. Yes, you did.
I said
grammar.
That they're not. I don't know. I just hate them.
She doesn't like them. She says whenever she sees one, she cringes. Anyway, so that was my high. And my mom told me that right before my dentist appointment. I think she's trying to make me feel better. The dentist wasn't bad. It was the news. Like, the dentist, I sat there for an hour staring out the window.
You should have brought, like,
my mom's like, oh, you should have brought your book in with you. I'm like, yeah. I should have. Yeah, I just stared at the window and watched traffic go by.
Why couldn't Mom have run down and gotten the book?
Run down? No, it was with her. Because I read in the lobby.
Then why didn't Mom freaking give you the book?
Because she thought I was, like, being operated. And there were TVs above me.
Like, why didn't you watch the TV?
Because it wasn't on. It wasn't on. Like, I was like, come on.
I would have slept. I would have taken a nap.
And the freaking nurse is like, oh, he'll be here in a minute. I'm like, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. I think it's more than a few, honey.
Okay, my high, because no one cares about Ashley. My high. My high. I have 2 highs.
Oh?
So, I can't decide. So, the first one is probably just WandaVision finale. Literally, okay, actually could be on my low, too.
They're, like, great.
I'll tell you why later, but, like, that was kind of my high. And my other high, it's not really a high yet, because I don't know what's going to happen, but I, like, tried talking to my mom about getting Marvel Unlimited. If you don't know what that is, it's, like, all the Marvel comic books, but digitally, and you just pay a subscription. And so I was like, can I please, like, get my birthday present early? And then, like, well, maybe we'll talk about, like, just getting it, like, canceling one of our TV subscriptions and then getting that. I'm like, okay, so I don't know if it's happening yet, but that was my high, finding out that maybe. Because I really want it. It has the Star Wars comics, too.
Oh, I have another high since you got 2.
Okay, hurry it up, because I don't give 2 craps about this. They're probably not even listening. They're probably skipping.
They're probably skipping right now. Anyway, for the people who are listening, thank you. I had my choir concert, and that was fun.
Yay, can we move on?
Macy's so mean.
Oh, also, we want to give a shout out to this YouTuber that I'm subscribed to.
Right.
Okay, I'm not trying to pick favorites. Literally, all of you guys have been super nice, leaving reviews and shouting us out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she left a shout out on her community post telling everyone to go check us out. And I don't know why, that just really made my day. Like, it was like the simplest thing.
Someone cares about us.
It is the simplest thing, but it was so sweet. Her username is, I don't even know, Harry Pot X? Harry Poth X. And that's, so it's spelled HarryPothx. That she's a Harry Potter YouTuber. So
go check her out.
Sorry, I didn't forget her name, I just forgot how to spell it. So go check her out.
Sorry.
She deserves it because she's so nice.
Yes. Oh, and also shout out to our mom. She is paying us $90 What?
99 cents a month. Thank you, Mom, if you're listening to this. Because we love making money.
Yes.
Also, if you guys hear us, okay, you probably have already noticed because it's been up for a while, but we are sponsored by Anchor, and we've been leaving sponsorships like every episode.
But really, go check them out.
If you hear the sponsorship, we would love it if you could listen to all of it. It's not that long. You don't honestly have to. We're like not making you, but it does.
Like you do it now, or you're like done forever.
It boosts our income, so we would love it if you would just. We try to make it entertaining. We were not just like, okay, we're sponsored by
Anchor. Here's
like
all the statistics and stuff.
Statistics, yep. Statistics, yep. Okay, anyway, let's move on
to our actual episode.
Yeah, yay.
Literally.
Okay. Let's just go in order. Hey, I am talking. I am talking. Let's start with the first episode.
I'm so sorry, guys. My voice is weird. My voice is so weird and I can't fix it.
Okay, I'm done.
Macy's so annoying.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Anyway. Oh, also, our mom thought the screw the pooch thing was something bad.
Like something really bad.
Like, okay, well, it kind of sounded bad the first time I heard it. But anyway, guys, I promise when we say, like, oh, you screwed the pooch hard off of, like, Homecoming, it's not inappropriate, okay? I wonder if other people thought it was, too.
They're just like, getting off this podcast.
No.
We're dirty-minded.
I knew the phrase even before, but my mom made me double-check it. I Googled it. It is not appropriate. It just means you messed up. Okay?
I was like, when my mom said it, I'm like, then why do people say you screwed up? She's like, I don't know.
That's why. Imagine if we didn't know it was inappropriate and we made merch. It's just, you screwed the pooch hard with Tony's face on it, and everyone just walked in there like, what's wrong with this podcast?
There's Tony up there smirking. He's like,
okay. They're like, you have Tony in your house?
Yeah.
No, it's just a picture.
We have a real life size Tony. Oh, it's really creepy.
Okay. Let's just begin with our episode. Okay, episode 1 of WandaVision.
It is called.
Do you want to do a little recap of what happened?
Wait, what is it called?
I don't know. Okay, I really don't, and I don't want to hear attitude. It doesn't matter.
I don't know what it's called. It's just called episode 1. Thank you. Okay, episode 1. Okay, so they come
Make it fast.
Okay, stop it, please.
Make it snippy, make it fast.
Make it snippy. Anyway. Make it snappy.
Make it snappy. I'm sorry. Snips. Name that thing. I was gonna say movie, but then I just gave it away. Right.
No. Anyway, as I was saying, okay, so we open. It's Wanda and Vision. They're driving into the car, and it's like playing a song.
WandaVision. Wait, how does
Wrong one?
No, that's the right one. WandaVision. The second one is WandaVision. WandaVision. Yeah, I had it right, you idiot.
Anyway, as I was saying, okay, there's a bunch of like silly, cheesy jokes as they walk into the house. They dance, and then
they don't dance.
Yeah, wait, I said that?
Just start dancing.
Wait, no, I said that?
Yes.
The fact that I don't remember me saying
she's making breakfast.
Okay, she's making breakfast, and they look at the calendar, and neither of them can remember
what the heart on the calendar is. Do I need to do a recap? I swear.
I was about to say that. And then Vision goes to work. Pretty fun stuff. Then he works at a company.
We don't need to know. We just need to know the basis so people can refresh their memories. Okay?
I'm trying to refresh mine, honey.
Do I need to do this one?
Yes,
you can
please.
do later ones? Okay. Let's just... So he goes to work, and he talks with his boss and finds out that because his last name is Hart, so Mr. Hart, he finds out that it was the dinner that him and his wife are coming over. So he calls Wanda, and he tries to tell her that, and they're coming over, but she thinks it's their anniversary.
Okay, I can take it over.
No, I want to talk.
No. Shush. Okay, then we meet Agnes. She's legit storms in.
She just walks in.
She's a nosy neighbor. And then Wanda thinks that the heart means their anniversary. She's planning this whole thing out. And so it's a big misunderstanding.
And then we need to talk about the end.
Okay, Vision comes home from work with Mrs. and Mrs. I swear. Mrs. and Mr. Hart. And
oh my gosh. Do I need to do this?
A person with bad memory should not be doing the recap.
Vision tries to distract them while Wanda's making dinner because she's using her magic, and then
Agnes provides a meal.
Kind of. Agnes brings stuff over, and then Wanda messes up everything, so she makes breakfast for dinner, sets the table, and then during dinner, they're asking all of them a bunch of questions, but of course Wandavision don't even know, because...
Wandavision don't even know.
Wandavision don't even know. So they
don't know where they came from, they don't know where they got married.
Wanda does.
When they got married.
So they're just sitting there, and then all of a sudden Mr. Hart starts choking, and then Mrs. Hart repeatedly says stop it in a creepy way, but she, like, if you look at her face...
She's laughing and smiling, but at the last one, you can tell she's, like, pained.
Yeah, and then Wanda finally tells Vision to, like, use his power and help Mr. Hart, and then they all of a sudden just get up and say bye and leave, and it's like nothing ever happened.
Okay, commercial time.
Oh, yeah, the commercial.
Okay, so the first time we watched this, we were so confused about commercial.
We're like, this is weird.
It was about the Stark toaster. And of course, all the commercials are about either her present or her past, but the first one,
I didn't know that.
Starts out about her past. And it's the Stark toaster, and it makes like a freaking like a bomb sound because it was based off of the...
You didn't need to tell them this, though. You just summarized the commercial and we come back to it.
I don't care.
Anyway.
Commercial is about the Stark toaster. Moving on.
That's it.
Then the Hearts leave and
Oh, Yakety Yak. That song slaps. And yeah, the episode ends. They just kiss.
That's it.
Go, boom. Oh yeah, they get wedding rings too.
Oh yeah, because she's upset because she's like, we don't even have wedding rings, and so she goes boop, and then they're there.
My wife and wait, I can even do his voice.
My wife.
Her flying saucers. Okay, so this episode really has not that much blood. Anyway, so
at this point we can tell something's wrong, but it's just basically watching a sitcom.
Yeah, the commercial, the first time I watched this, I thought it was just a funny Easter egg with the Stark thing, and then I watched New Rockstars. Go check him out. You're a nerd. He basically just like explains in full detail.
Yeah, if you're watching the show just for fun, then you'll find it
then
like
nerdy.
Frick
off.
But if you're a nerd like us and you want every little detail and every little Easter egg, go check out New Rockstars because he's awesome on breaking that stuff down, and
he's really funny too.
He does it best, and yeah, he's hilarious.
So he was telling about how Wanda, like in Age of Ultron, when they were telling about their, like, they saw the bomb that never went off, and they were like, that traumatized them as kids.
Yeah.
And then I found out that's what it was. It was like, oh, I thought it was just a funny little
thought it was, because it sounded like Stark's repulsor, not the bomb.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too.
Turned way more dark. Anyway.
And at the stop it part, that part was probably my favorite of the whole episode just because it was like...
That was totally unintentional. Anyway.
Because it was the music during that part, like, was a build-up. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah. Like I said, at that part, we got wrong. Trying to think. What was the second episode?
Can I summarize it?
No, what was the second episode about?
That's why I want to summarize it. Please, you can summarize episode 3.
Oh, that was a magic show, right?
You can do episode 3. You can do episode 3. Fine. Episode 2.
Oh, I need to get off my knees. My knees.
Okay, so we start off with Wanda and Vision. They. What?
I can sit on my knees on that.
Anyway, they wake up to a loud banging sound, and she tells Vision to go find out what it is. They eventually never even find out what it is at all.
Vision has night vision.
Yeah, he thinks it's the tree thing banging on it. But anyway, they just go back to bed, and then
We learn what it is later.
And then they wake up and they go down and they talk about a magic show that
Apparently,
they're gonna participate in.
apparently there's a magic show going on.
Yeah. Oh, this one's still in black and white. They're like, yeah, I know. I don't even know why I had to mention that. Okay, I can't talk. Anyway, so then Agnes comes around with the rabbit. Wait, what's his name again?
Mr. Scratchy?
Yeah. So she comes down and she's like, oh my gosh, here, you can use them for your magic show.
Whoa,
she's like, thank
you're
you.
missing something.
No, I'm getting to it.
They rehearse.
I told them that. I don't need to go into... Oh, so they started rehearsing. They used a box. They talked about this. I'm like, Ashley,
What?
they've seen the show. They know what it's about.
Have they?
I'm just summarizing the episode so it refreshes it in their brain. Anyway, as I was... Yeah, thanks for interrupting me. I know what I'm doing. So, she took the rabbit.
Don't laugh at me.
Oh, before Agnes comes, she sees a helicopter drone thing, but it's small and it's in color. And the episode's in black and white. She picks it up, she's shocked, and then that's when Agnes comes with the bunny.
Ow! Frick!
And then the messenger comes and he says, don't shoot on the messenger, and Agnes is like, ah.
It's weird.
Anyway, Agnes walks Wanda to the meeting that they're all talking about.
Little ladies about the pole.
Yeah. And then Wanda, this is like one of the freaky parts, is she's like, I can just be myself. And Agnes just like looks really scared and she's like, no, don't do that, and just laughs.
Nobody wants that, honey.
They get to the meeting and we meet Dottie, who is very particular and strict.
Bossy.
Yeah, bossy. And then they talk about things and I was gonna mention the Mephisto thing, but we'll do that later. Okay, and then everyone leaves except Wanda because she gets chosen to do cleanup.
What an honor.
So she's cleaning up, and then her and Dottie talk by the radio, and Dottie says she thinks something's up with Wanda, and then all of a sudden the radio cuts in and a voice is like, Wanda, can you read me? And then Wanda looks really shocked. Dottie looks shocked, and she's like, oh, are you she kind of like breaks in reality. And then it all goes back to normal. And there's blood on Dottie's hand, but it's in color. And then she just goes back to normal and says, oh, I need to clean up. And then they all walk away. Oh, meanwhile, Vision is at his meeting. Security. Yeah, he eats gum and then becomes like drunk Vision on gum. Which makes no sense. But anyway.
He's high.
So, then Wanda goes back. And they come to the, what's it called? Magic show. But since Vision is like, quote unquote, drunk, he acts really weird and he reveals a bunch of like his powers, and Wanda tries to hide it. And then at the end they expect to be like in trouble, but everyone's like, oh my gosh, you did so good. So then they walk back to the house and they're talking about For the Children, which they say a lot in the episode. Everyone says For the Children.
Lot. The magic show is for the children.
Yeah. And then she gets up and they find out she's pregnant, which is so random, but
oh my gosh, like magical.
Yeah. And then they go outside because they hear the banging again, and turns out it's a beekeeper coming from the sewer. Wanda and Vision get super freaked out, and then she rewinds it basically.
No.
Yeah, she says no and rewinds it, and then they go back to the house. And then, so Vision doesn't even know what happened. They just they ignore the whole thing, and then it goes into color, like the whole atmosphere around them turns into color, and then yeah, they just kiss, and then it ends.
Breaking it down, baby.
Yeah.
Where did it start again?
Don't go into like Mephisto things until then, though.
Okay, the bank. What did we learn about that?
I don't know.
What was it originally?
I don't know. I think it was the
helicopter?
Yeah.
I think it was a helicopter entering.
But then they heard the bang at the end with the sewer. Man. So I don't know.
I forgot what it was. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they're like, wow. Okay.
Well. Okay.
Oh, commercial was the crap. I forgot about that one.
Let's see, there's Hydra Sloop.
The one. The watch. That was.
How do you say
Strucker?
Yeah. Sorry.
Which was the guy that experimented then with the Mind Stone.
Creepy.
Pietro. And it also has a Hydra symbol on the watch. So.
Okay.
Oh, and then it's always like there's always time. He'll make time for you or something like that. Just creepy, but whatever.
Oh, the Stark toaster. Its catchline was forget the past, this is your future.
Forget the past. This is your past.
This is your past.
Anyway, you can do episode 3, but do a good job.
Hold on,
please.
we gotta.
Okay, I already. The radio, it was creepy.
Well,
at the time, I didn't know who it was. I thought it was just a sword.
The helicopter. And the beekeeper, we learned all about that in later episodes.
I didn't even know what the frick that was. Oh, when I first saw the trailer, though, I thought the beekeeper was a bad guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was the villain, but I was stupid. I also thought the guy in the radio was a villain.
It's really Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy.
Are you ready to move on?
Episode 3. It is called Now in Color. That's the only one I remember.
Good job!
Episode 4 is also We Interrupt This Program.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what episode 4 is.
I just remember episode 4 because it literally interrupted.
Wait, what's episode 5?
I don't know.
It's your favorite. Ow.
I don't know what it's called. I just know it's the Full House one. Anyway.
Oh, right.
Can I do episode 5 summary?
Yes, Macy. I will.
That was my phone. Talk about episode 3 now.
Episode 3, Now in Color. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, we open. It is now 70, so it's in color, and it's based on the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. Anyway.
Like,
okay, so, of course, the house. Okay, he's never dissing it.
No, I'm talking about my singing.
Oh.
Anyway.
Your singing's great. Anyway, so you open, the doctor's there, they're talking about how she's freaking, so she conceived, basically. And then it's been a few days, and she's like having this big baby bump.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
By the way, can we just talk about her outfit and her hair in this episode? I don't know why, I just love it.
Top notch. I saw a thing, and it's like on her maternity dress, it has like an X. It's like she's giving birth to the first mutants.
Okay. Great.
Like, whoever spotted that out, good job. Anyway, and then basically,
you're doing a very bad job.
Vision leads the doctor outside because he's done with the doctor.
Oh, and the doctor says he's going on a vacation.
Yeah. So, but then when they leave, he says, no, that's later. That's later. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah, sorry. He says he's going on vacation. Blah, 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 he leaves. Then she comes inside. She's eating orange slices.
Does anybody have any orange slices?
Orange slices are a reoccurring thing in Marvel.
Do you think they're getting bored of us recapping every episode?
I think it's interesting. For a mate. And then, oh, Macy, I need help.
I know.
My brain. I was going to watch these all before we did this video, so I am so sorry.
Basically,
okay, she's in the kitchen. Of course, when she's experiencing pains, she's cutting up a pineapple.
Yep.
Some say it's a pineapple that Agnes gave her in episode 1.
Probably is.
It's only been a few days.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. Okay, so she's experiencing... What are they
called? Tightening or something.
Contractions.
Contractions.
Fake contractions, by the way. And...
She gave labor to these kids. They're not fake. She was in pain.
No, I know. I'm saying, no. I'm saying, she wasn't actually giving labor. Fake.
But she did.
Anyway. Anyway.
Do you need help with this middle part? And then you can do...
No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and then the house and stuff, spazzes. The water... Yes, please do it.
I'll just do this little middle, and you can do that.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying.
Basically, the whole middle part is just a kind of a filler. She just experiences pains. They go through labor things, and then they go into the nursery. She makes the butterflies fly. She turns the what is it called? A baby hanger thing? A chandelier? I don't know. She makes the butterflies come alive. Just
oops.
She doesn't even. Yeah, she doesn't. She's even where she did it.
Oops.
Can you move on to the labor part? That's literally it. You can move on to giving labor part.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, she makes She makes house
Oh, wait, we didn't even talk about Monica in the second episode.
Right, sorry. So she meets Monica, but
we didn't know that was Monica.
Her name is Judy. No, that's
Geraldine.
not her name. Geraldine.
Judy.
Sorry, I was thinking about Avatar.
Geraldine.
My name is Judy. Geraldine. Her name's Geraldine. She meets Wanda, blah, blah, blah.
In episode
2. Dottie gets mad at them because they're talking. We forgot about the devil in the details. We're missing all these Easter eggs.
I told you we would come back to that at the end, remember?
Macy's getting scary.
Because I told her 3 times when I was talking about episode 2. I was like, I was going to mention the Mephisto Easter egg, but I'll come back to that at the end. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go insane.
Anyway, as I was saying.
I'm going to lose it. I am going to lose it.
You're just going to lose it.
Oh, continue, please.
Where was I?
I don't know.
Yeah, she makes a house bath. Blah, blah, blah. And
she
then
goes into labor.
She goes into Geraldine comes, she's talking.
She can't make the story go away.
She's trying to cover that she's pregnant because that'd be suspicious. She's already big and they just saw her like 2 days ago. So she's trying to hide it, so she's sitting down with a bowl of fruit. Geraldine's talking, and then she makes a stork. She tries to the stork. I'm sorry, guys. She tries to get rid of the stork, but it won't for some reason. And so, but when the contractions start, she breaks the bowl of fruit, and then she goes into labor. Geraldine's the only one that's there, so she helps her. She gives birth to one.
She gives birth to the baby. Geraldine.
Oh, not
okay.
Wanda gives birth to one because that's all they had.
That's it, guys. There's only one baby in this whole show.
What happened? Where's anyway? And then Vision's rushing to get the doctor with his super speed, but someone mentioned that he didn't have super speed.
He never did.
So
I think she took a piece of Pietro
and combined her grief for both of them and sweet. And then grabs the doctor, gets home not in time for the first one, and then Vision, they named him Billy?
I think so. No, Tommy.
Tommy came first.
He wanted Billy.
Yeah. Okay, Tommy.
Wait, no, because she was being nice. I remember she was like, Billy, and he's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember. Okay.
So Billy came first. Gosh, darn it. I can never tell them apart. And then they were having a moment, and then a second Tommy comes, and then they were both sitting there holding the babies, and then the doctor goes out the door.
This is when things start to get weird.
Really weird. We're oh shoot.
They're like, wait, tell us more. I've never seen this.
So Vision goes outside with the doctor. The doctor says that he's not going out on vacation anymore because he says it's hard to escape.
With a very sad expression.
He's like, it's hard to escape.
And then he bursts into tears and dies.
I got deep.
I'm kidding.
And then the doctor leaves. While Wanda's inside with Monica, both of the babies are in the cradle. They're talking. And then... Sorry, my breath hurts. They're talking, and then Wanda's like, I was a twin. I am a twin. Oh, oopsie. I'm a twin, and they start talking.
His name was Pietro.
She
sings a Sokovian lullaby.
Pietro. Yeah, she sings a Sokovian. New Rockstars translated it, but I can't remember. Then we skip over to Vision, because I don't want to get too far with Wanda. And, earlier in the episode, sorry, I missed this. He catches her, he is grabbing, a hedge cutter, but he goes too far, and he's, freaking hedge cutting the brick wall, and it's, making a cut. Vision's like, I think you went too far, and he's like, thanks, but he keeps going, so it's he's broken.
And his eyes are really wide, too, so yeah, he's like...
Fucking psycho. So he comes out, and Herb has stopped, but you realize he has, the brick fixing stuff. So he's and Agnes is with him. sketchy.
But,
And they're talking. And then Vision's like, hi. And they're like, hi. And they hurry and turn back to talking. Vision's like, nice day today. And they're like, yeah. Is Geraldine in with Wanda? He's like, yeah. Why? And then they're like, they talk about all this stuff about her, and
they're talking very hurriedly.
And then she's like,
suspicious.
She's like, no family, no home. So she's like, she has no home there, no family. She's just like, and then Vision's like, that's okay, but the family thing, not the home. He's like,
Also, Agnes is wearing a brooch. Every episode.
Through the whole episode, we can never get a clear shot of it, but it looks like it has 3 ladies on it. And then they start talking about how suspicious Geraldine is. When we skip back to Wanda, and then they're talking all about Pietro, and then Monica says he was killed by Ultron, wasn't he? And then freaking Monica gets pissed. She's like, and then
Monica tries to like play it off. She's like, oh, what?
Yeah, she pretends like nothing happened, but Wanda catches it, and she sees the freaking sword necklace, which we figured out later was just like a badge. And she's like, you're not from here, and she ends there. We don't see anything. We don't see anything there on that episode. We see more later. And then Vision comes in. He runs in. He's like, Wanda, where's Geraldine? Like, and then...
Guys, I apologize.
I am sorry. I'm racking my brain for this information.
Oh, why did I let you do this? This is painful.
And then... I want to smack Macey out of this podcast. Anyway.
She's crying, guys.
It looks like you are too.
Guys, she's crying.
Anyway, as I was saying. What was I saying? Okay, so Monica's gone. Like, and then Vision comes in and he's like, where did you go? And then Wanda's over the baby. She's like, oh, she had to leave. She went home.
She had to leave, honey.
She had to rush home. I thought, and then the commercial.
We forgot something. We forgot one of the biggest parts of that episode.
What?
Earlier in the episode when she's still pregnant, Vision gets really suspicious. She's like, I think something's wrong with you.
Right.
And then she stares at him.
I think there's something wrong here. And then there's like a glitch. I thought it was my TV for a minute.
Same. I literally thought it was our TV. I was like, what?
And then he
just smiles.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, back to normal. Like, so she basically, like, cuts it out like it never happened.
So she cuts out anything that's outside of the world. That's
like a TV. Like it edited out.
Macey, we forgot another big part. What? Oh my gosh. When Vision comes in... Wait, is this later? No. It's Vision's corpse.
That's in episode 4.
Oh, yeah. Wait, was it?
Yes.
No,
episode
5.
4. Episode 4.
Episode 4 is when we're with... It's not spoiling. Gosh.
But... No, it's bothering me. It's bothering me. How you're like, oh, and everyone's like, what episode are we talking about here?
No, Macey.
It's in... Guys, one sec. Okay, it was in episode 4, like I said. I just had to prove it to Ashlee by playing the episode. Oh, no, you can't. Guys, she literally started screaming at me.
No, I did not.
Yes. Listen, she's annoyed.
I'm more than annoyed.
Guys, we're gonna have a fight on this podcast. She's not even laughing.
Moving on.
It was in episode 4.
Moving on. Well, I'm glad you think it's funny.
Should we, like, end this episode?
Anyway.
She just gets mad when she's wrong.
Anyway.
See?
I'm not mad that I was wrong.
What are you mad at?
I'm not gonna get into it.
Oh yeah, then tell them.
No.
Why are you mad?
Moving on, episode 4. Actually, we forgot about the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Hydro Soak. It's basically about freaking kids screaming. We opened to kids screaming, we're like, great. And it's another thing about Hydro Soak. It's in a tube.
Can I...
Like the Tesseract.
Wait, I wanted to talk about episode 5, though.
What?
But we have to do episode 4, so who's going to summarize?
We interrupt this program. I don't remember stuff about that.
So can I do 4 and 5, and you can do 6, 7, and then we can
both do 8?
Yeah, okay.
Wait, what happens in 6 again?
We'll talk about it later. Okay, episode 4. This is the We Interrupt This program, which is... It goes into normal movie aspect ratio, and it opens up to Monica coming back from the blip, and she comes and she's like running through the hospital, and there's like people
everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. She's like knocking down people. They're coming back.
That one guy.
So this takes place like right after, or like during Endgame basically, and then so she goes and she's like, "Where's my mom?" Which, by the way, you didn't know this because a lot of people I actually found out don't know this. Monica is the little girl in Captain Marvel. Her Maria Rambeau's daughter.
Yeah, the little girl.
The Lieutenant in Trouble. Oh, are you still mad at me? Huh?
Are you trying to push my patience? Huh?
Anyway, so that's her, all grown up. So she's looking for her mom, and then the doctor tells her that her mom died 5 years ago.
Rough stuff.
Or 4 years, I can't remember. But she's like, oh, okay. So then she
okay.
goes to S.H.I.E.L.D., which is what her mother formed, and she meets Hayward.
That little beep.
And he basically is now he owns S.H.I.E.L.D.
Since Monica and Maria were gone.
Yeah, so now he owns it, and she's like,
he never got elected.
Yeah, he's like, okay, sorry, and she's like, it's fine, and so
they need someone.
He's talking to her about what they've been doing at S.H.I.E.L.D. They've been making technology and weapons and stuff. It's supposed to Stark Industries. I'm just kidding. So they just talk about it, and Monica, he's like, oh, I need you to go to this case. And she's like, really? Like, you want me to go here? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, fine. So she walks up, and it's the barrier, the hex that Wanda has formed. They're outside of it.
But it's clear.
Yeah. So Jimmy Woo shows up, and he does the card trick, which I learned, by the way. And then they meet, and he's like the FBI, and he's like, yeah, people, and the police officers outside, apparently their memories have been erased. They don't remember anything.
They're from Eastview.
They're from Eastview, and they don't know.
Not Westview.
No. So then they meet, and they go back to like this thing where they're watching TV and stuff. And then we meet Darcy, who is from Thor.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
I know, right? So she starts doing tests, and she finds out that they need to hook up an old TV to watch.
Monica gets sucked in.
I know, I'm talking about Darcy first, so I'm like, Darcy. So she's really smart, and she finds out, so they can basically just watch what's going in the hex. But before that, when her and Jimmy were talking, she's like, oh, look at this. And he's like, I don't think you should do that. She literally just goes in anyway and gets sucked in. So
she was like,
sweet.
So done.
So they go back, they talk about things. Literally, it's kind of boring at this part. So they just keep watching and watching all the episodes, and they're trying to investigate. They start putting up a board and looking at the people and finding out where they've been. And by the way, apparently there's this missing person that they've been trying to find.
I don't think it was ever revealed who it was.
Yeah, it wasn't. But
mean.
Anyway, I know I'm annoyed at Wandavision. But so they find out a bunch of new things, and I'm kind of skimming over this one because it's kind of boring. But no, it was good. It was
good to see some extra information outside the hex.
But basically, they find new things. Darcy's invested in the show. She has popcorn and snacks.
It was so nice to see her get into the show that she don't want to be in.
But then they find out that there's literally no bad things in the show. Like, they'll be watching, and it just cuts, like a sloppy cut to a different thing. They're like, okay. But then when they walk away, this is the end of the episode. When they walk away, the TV cuts to this, and it goes back in. When they're talking, it goes into the ratio. But anyway, it shows what happened in episode 3, but what we didn't see, what she cut out. So after she finds out Monica isn't supposed to be there, she literally pushes her outside of the hex, and that's really painful. Nice. But so she literally she gets pissed off and throws her out.
How nice of you.
And then Vision comes in and she says that, oh no, she left. And then she turns around and it's his corpse.
Yay.
Like when he died in Infinity War. They're like, yeah, I know. So
we know.
She like closes her eyes and then like opens them and he's back to normal. So she just kind of, but she like looks terrified and she's like, oh yay. And then he's
like, are you okay?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, they also find out that they look in the episodes and find Monica in there and they're like, oh. Oh, and then it shows Monica on the ground and they find her. But she's still in the outfit that she was in the sitcom. Yeah. So now we're going to move on to episode... Wait, was there... No, there wasn't a commercial. So anything to talk about in episode 4?
We see that Jimmy Woo was the one on the radio.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Aw, him... I love how he, like, brings Darcy coffee. I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
She was complaining about coffee and he's, like, so cheery. I love Jimmy.
Jimmy Woo and Darcy and Monica are, like, my favorites.
Just, like, so peppy.
I don't know. There's nothing really. Okay. Episode 5 is my very favorite episode of WandaVision. And
awesome.
I cannot wait to talk about it. So this one is based on, like, Full House and a bunch of other sitcoms. What timeline is this? The 80s?
80s.
80s. Okay, wait.
80s.
Yeah. Well, 80s, 90s-ish. So it opens up to the intro and stuff, and the babies are crying nonstop, and Wanda gets kind of frustrated, and Vision's like, make it stop.
Yeah, stop.
All of a sudden, she's like, really could use some help. And then all of a sudden, like, freaking Agnes walks in, like, as if on cue. And she's like, okay, I'm here to help. And she is like, okay, let me take care of it. And Vision's like, actually, I'm kind of scared. I'm, like, kind of worried. Maybe we should just, like, not do this. And then the music stops, and Agnes is just like, oh, you want me to, like, take it from the top? And everyone's like, what? And she's like, do you want me to, like, do this? Like, she basically acts as if she's, like, the actor in a show. And Wanda's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. And then she goes back to, like, spraying the babies with lavender or something. I don't know.
I don't know what, if that was really lavender.
Yeah, honestly. So then... What?
She keeps talking about Ralph.
Oh, yeah, she keeps mentioning Ralph. We forgot to talk about that.
But we never see him.
Never.
Ever.
She does it in episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, and not 4, 5.
It's about recent as her bridge.
Yeah, she can't stop talking about Ralph. Anyway.
Ralph. Who cares about Ralph?
So then Vision's, like, really worried. He's like, well, I don't know what just happened. Wanda's like, oh, nothing happened. Everything's fine. He's like, okay. So then, all of a sudden they come, and then the babies grow up into toddlers. And they're like,
in, like, 2 seconds.
Yeah. And then Agnes drinking, I don't know, something. And she's like, kids growing up. Like, can't stop growing up or something like that. I don't know how hard you try. And then everyone's like, okay, sweet, I guess. And then, okay, I just love this episode. I'm sorry. I know. So then the kids, actually, don't they grow up? Then they grow up again to, like, 10. Oh, no, they find Sparky. And she's like, dude, we do not need a dog. And we're like, I really want the dog. And she's like, you guys need to be older. And then they literally grow up into, like, 10-year-olds. And she's like, no, that's not.
They're like, no problem.
And then they finally decide to keep him. They give him bath and stuff. And then Agnes is there again. And she's like, what is it? She's just, oh, she literally does magic in plain sight with Agnes.
Vision's like,
no. Yeah, she literally did. And the Vision's like, why did you do that? And she's like, it's fine. Like, she gets more lax on it. Vision's, like, really confused.
Because then episode 1, they were strict. Like, yeah. No magic.
Very strict.
At all.
But anyway, so then, what happens? Don't they go in the road? Is it that fast?
I don't know, really.
Anyway, so they go, let's just do this. So they go on a walk because they can't find Sparky. He went missing. And then they walk by Agnes's house and she's carrying a dead Sparky and she's like, oh, he's dead. Sorry. And then like, oh my gosh, what? They get really sad. And the twins are about to grow up, I guess. And she's like, no, don't do it again. Don't hide from your grief and stuff. Which is kind of hypocritical because she literally
sings so many memes.
Yeah.
And it's like the boys when they know darn well that their dad is dead.
She's like, no, you can't do that. And they're like, but mom, you can bring back the dead or something.
Agnes like,
yeah, and Agnes is just like, you can do that?
But she's like terrified.
So Okay, no, this doesn't get talked about enough. The twins literally know she like brought back the dead.
They know she can do that.
Which is weird, but she's like, no, I can't. And then they talk about sparking stuff, and the messenger. Oh, before that, the messenger's like, don't worry, your mom won't let anything get too far, which is super sketchy, but whatever.
That postman.
Yeah, he's very. Ugh. Anyway, so then, Vision comes, and they like all come as a family. Let's just talk about the commercial real fast before I forget about it, which is the Legos one, right?
Legos.
Sorry. Which is it's like a paper towel commercial.
Oh.
But it's about the Thing in Civil War.
The Thing.
Where she like blows up the building and kills innocent people.
Guilt.
Yeah. So anyway, back to one second.
I'll say Captain America. Gosh darn it.
Back to the episode. So I'm trying to don't they just go back to the house?
And Vision shows up.
Yeah, I said that.
You did?
Yeah.
I stopped being attention for a while.
Okay. So then they go back to the house and they put the kids to bed and everything. Sorry if I skip over last stuff, but I'm really meaning to like skim it so we can get to theories and stuff. But anyway, her and Vision start. Oh no, isn't this the one where Vision goes to work and that thing happens? Yeah. So anyway,
it's like a message from Sword and they're all reading it aloud. He's like,
yeah, like robots. So he goes to work and it's the same work as in episode 1, but they're all of a sudden this message pops up on the computer. And everyone starts reading at the same time in unison as like robots. And he's like, what? And it's anyway. So then he's really confused. So he does the little hand thing. I forgot his name on one of the civilians. What's his name? Anyway, so he does it, and then he starts like
freaking out.
Yeah, he's like, oh my gosh,
help me!
Help me! She needs to stop. I can feel her like feelings, like pain and stuff. And she's like, what? Yeah, and then he finally makes it go back to normal, and he goes back to normal. But he's like, okay, this is weird. So then they get home. Wanda and Vision start talking. They literally start arguing, but she like plays the credits,
trying to end it.
But and at that part, I was like, what's going on here? And then eventually the credits just like stop, and then they literally go back to like screaming at each other. And he's like, this isn't like normal. What are you doing? And then she like tries to explain to him like, I don't know what's going on. She didn't know how it started. And then they just argue and stuff. He says, I don't remember anything.
I don't even remember where it was before this.
Yeah. So he's very confused, and they both they both fly kind of with their powers. But yeah, they sit on the couch, and all of a sudden the doorbell rings, and Vision thinks that she did it on purpose to avoid the conversation.
Vision's like, I'm trying to talk here.
But she didn't. So then she tries to tell him that. So then she gets up and opens the door, and it's Quicksilver it's Evan Peters from the X-Men movies. He plays Quicksilver. A lot of people also didn't know this because they haven't seen the X-Men movies.
I didn't know that.
Oh. Okay. But yeah, he comes up and he's like, oh, hi, sis. And she's like, oh, hi. And then they literally hug. And Vision's like, who is that? And then she opens the door and he comes in. And he's like, okay. And it's just weird because like she looks shocked, but she's like, hi.
Our recap is taking so long.
I know. Sorry. But maybe it's enjoyable because we couldn't talk about it. But then, yeah, the episode ends. I love that episode so much. Okay, you want to do episode 6, which is the Halloween one?
Oh, yes. Yes, it's the Halloween one.
Oh, my gosh. This one was cray.
Cray. Okay.
This one's like 90s, 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's based off of Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
None of my family knew that. We get to the cool intro with Pietro as playing himself. What was I saying?
Sorry, that started it ended abrupt. I had to
just click the end button without telling me.
So Pietro plays himself.
Right. Like the others are actors. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, we have this whole. Sorry, I'm thinking of the.
Bro.
Where are we at?
The beginning. The kids are talking to the camera.
Oh, right. Because it's like, which is talking to the camera?
Both of them.
No, Billy or Tommy?
Both.
The one who's like totally facing the camera.
Both.
You're so frustrating.
You don't need to go into detail, dude.
The twin. Ow.
One of the twins. Just say that.
One of the twins was facing the camera the entire time, like talking about how their mom is weird. No. It's acting weird. And then eventually, okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're like, this is very long. I'm like, I'm not the one that's making it long.
It makes it be like 5 minutes. I take like 20. Okay, you keep distracting me. Shoot. Just kidding. Okay. Pietro and the twins play a video game, and while one of the twins is talking straight to the camera, the other one's like facing like they don't know what's going on, but you see Pietro like kind of giving them the side eye, like he knows what's going on. Kind of weird. And then Vision has to go to work tonight, but it's Halloween, and so Wanda's upset because she wants him to go trick-or-treating with the kids. But Pietro's like pushing him out, and he's like, oh, I can be the father figure. So he's like pushing Vision out of the picture. Sketchy. And then Vision's like, okay, bye. And he went to work. But he didn't. Macey, help.
What do you need help with?
What happens next?
They literally start going
trick-or-treating in the day.
I know, right? Like, okay, whatever. Herb.
Herb. Okay, so they're, Herb. Okay, Wanda talks to Herb, and then she's like, oh, Vision, where's Vision's, like, watch tonight? And he's like, oh, Vision doesn't have a watch tonight, so he's not at work.
She's, like, very angry. She's like,
oh. And Herb's like, do you want something changed?
And she's like,
kind of odd.
Yeah, she's
old.
like, no.
She's like, I'm good. Leaving. And then Pietro comes, and he's like, unleash demon spawn. We'll get into that
we'll get into that later.
And then on 2000s fashion, they announce every prank they do before they do it.
Yeah.
And then that happens. And then
you didn't even announce their powers, the twins.
They don't show up there.
Remember, they prank.
One of the twins gets his powers for which one? I'm sorry. They get super speed like Pietro. And so, him and Pietro show up. They dress up in their
comic book.
Everyone dresses up in their comic book costumes,
which is awesome.
So sick. Even one of the twins that doesn't have super speed. I am sorry, guys. I forgot their names.
I think it's Tommy that has the
super speed.
No, that doesn't. Anyway, speed it up, my man. Oh, sorry, I'll just like prompt you to it. Her and Pietro talk about.
No, wait, what are they talking about? Oh,
she's like, who are you?
Who are you?
Why do you look different?
They're talking about this guy, and he's like, are you testing me?
Yeah, because she's trying to like.
She's like, oh, you remember that guy when we were in Sokovia? And then they do a flashback?
Yeah, it's just lame though. They just got fish.
Fishy. A rotted. That's earlier, but it's like a rotten herring or something. Pickled herring. Help.
Remember? I just told you a few seconds ago.
They were talking.
She said, "Why do you look different?
Why do you look different?" And then he said, Last I remember, I was falling in the street, and then I heard you calling, and then knew that you needed me.
He basically avoids every question.
Basically, he's making fun of Pietro's death.
I know, yeah.
And then next.
And then she says, what happened to your accent?
No, it's later.
That's literally the same moment.
And then he's like, what happened to yours? Awkward.
Like, it slowly gets darker with time. Like, it's very fast.
And then the twins leave. And she's like, don't go past blah, blah, blah street. They're like, I know.
Skip to
Vision. What is he doing again?
He's exploring.
He's exploring the whole town. As he goes to the outskirts of the town, he realizes that people are frozen because they are too far from Wanda, so she can't control them as well.
Or glitching. Like the girl literally crying as she's putting up decorations.
She's so sad that she's stuck. And her and her husband are just like stuck doing the same thing over and over again. Vision's like, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna head out. And then he's like, this is suspicious. And then he transforms into his Avengers costume and flies up. And then we cut back to Wanda, it's dark now, and you notice, Vision mentioned earlier, why are there no kids here? And then, of course, you notice
there's a buttload of
there's kids everywhere. She's like, shoot, forgot that. Kind of weird, because we found out earlier, it's just everyone that was in the town.
Mm-hmm.
So where were the kids?
That's something that also doesn't get talked about, enough.
Ouch.
It's like when it goes back at the finale, like, there's kids, but, like, no, there isn't really.
What, did she lock them in their rooms?
I don't know, I'm confused. Wait, yeah. Because
Dottie talks about that.
She's like, just let her out.
Please, let her out.
Like, oh my gosh. Okay, we'll come back to that, I guess. I didn't even
We'll come
realize
back.
that.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I helped you.
I know, I was kidding. What's I talking about?
You just talk about Vision more, and I need to know about the Agnes thing.
Oh, right. He flies over and he sees Agnes's car that's on the outskirts of town. She's muttering.
While the others are just frozen.
Suspicious.
Yeah, at that moment I was like, honey, what's going on?
So, and then he awakened her that we saw on the trailer.
Yeah.
And then she's like, help me, you need to help us. You're an Avenger. And he's like, what's an Avenger?
Which is sad. Very sad.
She's like, and then she mentions him being dead. And then he's like, and she repeats it like over and over. And it's like, weird.
And she laughs. And then she puts her back to normal.
Yeah, and then puts her back to normal. But she drives off.
Yeah, while the others are still frozen. Keep that in mind.
Agnes.
How did Vision not even notice that? He's like, wait.
Wait a minute. Then we cut back to Wanda. And then her and Pietro are talking in the square. And then Pietro's like, so how did you do it? Controlling all these people at once. She's like, you don't think it's evil or something? You don't think it's bad? And he's like, bad? I'm impressed. So he knows that she's faking it, basically. And then they talk about, and then she sees Pietro's corpse.
Yeah, but she turns and he's dead.
With a bunch of bullet holes.
But it's still Evan Peters.
Nice. But his eyes are clouded over like Vision's when they aren't in real life. Because he's not a robot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Vision. Do we have to talk about the finale?
We'll get there. Wait, what about the commercial?
The commercial. What's in the commercial?
It's that creepy clay animation shark.
It's about the yogurt that the freaking guy can't open.
Yeah, and then he dies. And I hate the animation. It's creepy.
Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, and then they're talking about Vision being dead. He's like, and then one of the twins comes over and he's like, oh no, Dad's in trouble because Vision tries to get out of the border. And he's like out of the border, but his pieces of himself are like peeling and going back in. And Darcy tries to rush up and help, and they handcuff her. Nice.
Oh, by the way, Hayward sends them away, all of them. We forgot to announce that. He gets angry and is just like, take him away.
Oh yeah, because they're saying we forgot so much. Like
Actually,
about her.
We don't need to do that much.
And basically you already know Hayward's a bee. So happy we got arrested.
Have fun in jail. But Hayward tells them to stop and just lets them die.
He bans them from the camp. But they don't. They escape.
Oh, he also shows everyone footage of Scarlet Witch breaking in to take his corpse. But
Fake.
Yeah.
Fake.
Wanda hears about it.
Wanda hears about Vision, and then she
Expands.
And then she like blasts Pietro.
Yeah, she literally bossed him over the edge.
Because Pietro wasn't. He's like, well, your dead husband can't die twice, right?
And she gets freaking pissed.
She's like,
and expands the hex.
And expands the hex to make the whole sword camp into a circus, and everyone in it clowns. Because she calls them clowns earlier. It's like, hey, you bees.
Oh yeah, she comes in and names the guns of them. Has her accent back.
Yeah, she gets her Sokovian accent back. That's the part I know.
It's nothing much. You guys already know.
Yeah, you've already watched it. Just points of stuff important. Majinka. And then it expands. Darcy is in the hex now.
And
bam.
Now talk about the Modern Family one. We need to speed this up. Do you want me to do it?
Yes, please. Just do this.
Okay, this one won't take long. So we skip to this timeline, and it's based off of Modern Family. But Wanda wakes up, and she's in her bed. Vision's not there. So anyway, so then the twins are playing a game, and their controllers are glitching into like old controllers to Uno cards.
I don't know what control they were playing on. It switches to like all these old ones until it eventually goes to Uno cards.
And then they come up and they're like, "Hey, mom, blah blah," or like, and then Tommy's like, "My head hurts," and she's like, "Yeah, just like rest your eyes," because that's what she's doing. And he's like, and they're like both really weirded out, so they leave.
Resting her eyes.
And then she wakes up and finds out she's still in her Halloween costume. So then she comes down in like a robe and stuff, and then starts to like fix cereal, but the milk keeps glitching into old cereal, and
cereal
into old milk, like cartons.
Jeez.
Anyway, so then Agnes comes over. Agnes comes over. And she's like, "Hey, I can take care of the boys." And she's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, okay." So then she, it also jumps to like Office and Modern Family cuts where they like look at the camera and explain things. I don't really want to talk about this because it's nothing really interesting. So then,
I did bite a kid once.
Yeah. So she takes the boys. Wanda sits down to watch TV. Talks to the camera. And there's that one part where she's like, "I'm fine. I'm fine."
I'm fine.
She's going
I'm fine.
cuckoo.
I'm fine.
But
I'm fine.
And then at one part the director's like, "Do you think like you deserve this or something like that?" And she's like, "Wait, you're not supposed to talk." And we find out it was actually Agnes behind the camera talking.
Okay, I just have to say, shout out to the actor. I forgot her name that plays Agnes.
Catherine Hahn.
Yes. She is awesome.
Yeah, she's really good.
Everyone on WandaVision should just get an Academy Award. Everyone.
So then it cuts to Agnes's side, and her house is very creepy, by the way.
Ugh.
But
Serious witch vibes.
Yeah, so she's talking to the twins, and they're like, "Hey, is my mom okay?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, she's fine." And they start petting the rabbit.
She's like, "How do you tell 10-year-olds that their mom's going cuckoo puffs?"
So then, they just kind of sit there and watch TV and stuff, and then she walks. And then
she cooks them sandwiches, and they're watching Yo Gabba Gabba.
Anyway, so then Monica breaks through the hex and gets powers from it, and she can see like waves and stuff. So then she comes over to Wanda's house, and she's like, "Hey," and Wanda's like really mad. She's like, "What are you doing here?" And then they like kind of argue a little bit, and then Agnes comes over and she's like, "Leave her alone," and then takes Wanda back, and then Monica's like, "Oh, okay." So then, anyway, she takes Wanda over to her house, and Wanda sees that there's like sandwiches there, but the twins are gone. Like she can't find them.
Gone.
And she notices how creepy the house is. She's like, "Hey, where'd the twins go?" And she's like, "Oh, they went in the basement." So Wanda's like, "Okay." So then she walks down to the basement, and it's very, very creepy. Like, there's runes on the wall and stuff. There's, like, creepy vines. Dark. Yeah, there's a dark hold, which we didn't know that's what it was at the time. It was just a bug. And she can't find the twins anywhere until Agnes comes down and says, "Hey, my name's Agatha Harkness."
Hey,
she's
boy.
petting her rabbit, and she puts her, like, in the thing, and she's like, "Oh, nice to finally meet you." Then it jumps to the end credit scene, which we finally got an end credit scene on this one. Mm-hmm. And the Monica is looking down into the basement, and then Pietro comes up and he's like, "Snooper's gonna snoop." Then it ends there. Was there a commercial on this one? There was, right?
Nope.
There wasn't?
No, I don't think so. I think
the Depression one. It was
that one was my favorite. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was just a medicine.
Facing reality.
Yeah.
even worse, depression.
So, yeah.
I loved that commercial. I was laughing the entire time.
Any thoughts on that?
Nope.
Let me...
Except that he was sketchy. Sketchy.
Also, there's the Agatha All Along song, which, oh my gosh, slaps. I love that song.
What a bop.
Awesome.
And we learn about, it was legit Agatha All Along.
Yeah, she shows little clips of her doing everything, including Pietro.
And she killed Sparky, too.
Yeah.
That little...
Okay, episode, what is it?
9.
No, 8.
Right.
What happened in episode 8 again?
Okay, it's basically just going back into Wanda's past.
Yeah, we don't really need to recap this one. It's very sad. It just goes
it's
back
interesting.
Into the past.
It's sad when you realize that literally everyone Wanda's ever cared about is dead.
Oh,
legit dead.
The only thing we really need to talk about is we find out that she had her powers all along, but the Mind Stone enhanced it.
Yeah, and we see a little figure in the
Mind Stone.
Yeah.
And we figure out she's been watching sitcoms since she was little.
So that has inspired her fake reality.
Yes. Let's move on to the finale.
And we also watch her break into the place. We also watched her break into the sword base, and we realized all she asked was to have Vision's body so she could bury him.
And then
Hayward, that little bee.
He says no, and then she walks out. That's it.
No, yeah, here's the thing. Hayward pisses her off on purpose. That little bee takes her to the body, which they are deconstructing. Ew. For the vibranium. Vibranium.
They're being very sloppy with it, too.
They're like... and they're just literally deconstructing them for his parts so they can replicate the $8,000, which is literally nothing.
It's more than that. It's like $8 billion.
Yeah, it's the one thing he never wanted was to become a weapon.
Yeah. But anyway, so she walks out. We find out she didn't even take the body at all. She literally creates Vision,
and she literally
herself.
Yeah, she
and the town
walks out, drives her car to Westview,
and then there's that heartbreaking letter saying like to grow old in with a little heart. We need to move on to the finale.
Okay, basically that's all you need to know. She created it out of her pain, and Vision is just literally
her memories.
Yep. Didn't even take the body though.
So, finale. I don't really want to recap this one. Let's just like talk about it.
About
because it's pretty fresh in your guys' brain.
So we finally see the kids. Here's my question: where were the kids during that whole period? Like, where were they? They're gone, and then they show up again. In Agnes's hands. Like, where were they in that entire period? Were they in Agnes's house?
I think she just hid them somewhere.
I should probably call her Agatha.
Agatha, yeah. So I was used to calling because I didn't want to like.
I was used to calling her Agatha, then I got used to calling her Agnes.
Let's just talk about our theories real fast. And how disappointed I am.
Oh my gosh.
Can't we just talk about how they led up this whole Ralph thing and it was really just a stupid actor?
That is stupid. So stupid. I'm pissed.
I wanted to cry at that part. I was like, are you kidding me?
Okay.
That was... Also, my dad was very disappointed that Doctor Strange did not show up.
I love how the big cameo was himself.
Okay, I am really upset with this, actually. I can get you can be funny, but that was mean. That was mean.
That was awesome.
I had a feeling
it was himself.
The White Vision. Like,
oh boy.
Well, as soon as I saw the White Vision, I'm like, could he literally be fighting himself?
White Vision. And then basically...
Does White Vision remind anyone else of toothpaste? Literally looking at him, like, it reminds me like mint toothpaste.
Just squirt him on the toothbrush.
Like, ew. Oh, the part where, like, Vision transfers all his memories and everything to the White Vision. So now Vision's alive, guys. He's literally back.
Thanks to Hayward. The one thing Hayward did right.
He's back now.
He's back, but
he just
where'd
went
he go?
Off somewhere. I don't know where.
He's like, Wanda,
The part where Wanda is all the powers, and then she, like, does the dark thing. We find out that, like, the Doctor Strange music is playing at the last end credit scene.
Yeah. But can we talk about their fight for a minute? Agnes's and
Oh yeah.
Kate. That was pretty cool. When she kept missing, like, geez, girl, you have bad accuracy. Even Agatha was confused. She's like, "You good?" But when she was slowly draining, and then we figured out their rooms, and it was like,
yeah.
and then she absorbs all the powers. That was pretty cool. I love her outfit.
I know, right?
I love
It's a comic book
like
one.
fashion and stuff. So how they did it, like how they recreated it with the crown, I loved it. Like I want that outfit. Wouldn't it be fun to be a costume designer for Marvel movies?
Mm-hmm. Also, I knew there was going to be a last end credit scene. The second one, I was like, okay. I knew it. I was so happy. Actually, kind of. And the scrolls coming.
Ugh, we already knew that.
I know. I was
so lame.
Okay, guys, don't get me wrong. This show is still my favorite show ever.
It's awesome.
I love it to pieces. And it's been amazing, but
it's been an amazing journey.
It makes me very upset at the same time.
Very upset. Anyway, okay, about the scrolls, I was really
Mephisto. We need to talk about Mephisto. Me and Ashlee, and not so much my dad. My dad was kind of set on something else, but
it was almost like, oh, the theory.
Yeah, me and Ashlee were like dead set on Mephisto helping Agatha, because he's in the comics, and he's originally with Agatha. And
there were so many clues to Mephisto.
If you guys don't know who Mephisto is, he's like basically like the devil in Marvel, but there were so many references to him.
Demon Spawn.
And that's not the only place he is. When they're like, the devil's in the details, Beth. And then she's like, that's not the only place he is. Like, that was kind of a random thing. Literally.
There were so many clues leading to Mephisto and everything about...
And essentially in the comics, the twins are the spawn of Mephisto.
Apparently they're pieces of a soul.
So, I haven't read the comic. I'm just learning this from New Yorkers. I need to read it, though. But yeah, apparently they're literally parts of his soul, so it would make sense that they say demon spawn. But
demon spawn.
Mephisto didn't even show up in this.
Piece of junk.
I'm like, are you kidding me? And Rockstar said he could eventually show up, but I wanted him to show up in WandaVision.
No.
I was very disappointed.
Oh, Monica showing her powers about the bolt going right through her. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Shit's kids.
Are you guys excited for like the new MCU? How it's gonna be all like Young Avengers? I'm like,
no.
I'm
so sad. I wanted to go back to the way it was.
It's not going to. We can rewatch those movies, but it's not going to.
No, it's not going to. And of course, me and Macey entered it when it's changing.
We've always been there, but we haven't been a diehard fan.
That we are now, that we're literally devoting an episode.
Okay,
we're devoting a podcast.
Okay, literally, my dad's been watching Marvel movies since I was a baby. So,
legit.
Not since I was a baby, since you were a baby. I was not born yet. So, I was born, but the movies weren't made yet. Anyway, so literally, I've been watching the Marvel movies with my dad for a while, but it's more of just like Dad's watching a Marvel movie again. It wasn't like, oh, Marvel, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because I was little. I was a freaking toddler.
That was a daddy movie.
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't watch that. That's what we called them. I still did.
My mom was like, you know, it's scary. I'm like, okay. And
secretly watch it. You're reading a book and you're like, kind of peek over.
Yeah, we watched. But we didn't get into the fandom until, like, Civil War-ish.
I didn't get into the fandom until almost Endgame came out.
That's true. I got into the fandom Civil War-ish, but then I didn't really become a die-hard fan until, like, Infinity War-ish, which is so sad. I know, you guys are gonna come out and be like, you're not even a true fan. I'm like, no, I've been around. I just haven't been
I think the first Marvel movie I, like, truly watched was Spider-Man Homecoming.
Same.
Because we've been diehard Spider-Man fans.
Mm-hmm.
And so Dad's like, you need to watch it.
Guys, don't come at us, please. We're like the biggest Marvel fans you'll ever know now. Okay, do we have anything else to say?
Nope.
Okay. Well,
It was a long episode.
yes, it was.
That's a roller coaster.
Maybe we should do the Winter Soldier after show because this was too much to pack in one episode.
They're like,
It's like an hour long.
oh no.
More than that. Anyway.
Okay, we will tell you the dates when it's official when we're going to start doing it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out March 16th.
So
excited.
should we do the after show Saturday morning? No.
Did anyone else like see the trailers for WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and they're like, how are they going to turn these into shows? They did it. They did it for WandaVision and they did it well.
Mm-hmm.
So well. I love how Marvel's like, oh, first time creating a show. We should try it. Oh, it makes an amazing show.
Yeah.
I know you're like freaking awesome.
So if you guys don't like we'll be coming out with 2 episodes now instead of just our normal. We'll do the Falcon Winter Soldier after show, which is based strictly on the episode that came out that week, and then we'll do our normal episodes where we talk about Star Wars, Disney, Marvel, literally Harry Potter. It'll just be our regular every Sunday night. We're not sure when the after show is gonna come out, but I guess you guys will find out.
Oh.
So let's just end it before it gets too long. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for sticking through this roller coaster.
Yeah. If you want to discuss WandaVision with us, you can go to my Pinterest. I can pull I have many pins on WandaVision. You guys can start commenting, and I can show Ashley, and we can or we also have a YouTube channel that you can comment on, and we can discuss. Yeah. Or an email. Not that you would. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Bye. Okay, are you gonna end it? Or?
Yeah. Are we just okay? Ready?
1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.
You suck.